I had an epiphany, I was repeating history. I was doing everything I hated, a weight on my shoulders, I let it all get to me. I had an epiphany, I just smiled at my enemies. I was listening to everybody who was talking but never did shit for me. Yeah, I had an epiphany, I was looking at everybody else that's up in the industry, they ain't as sick as me. I had an epiphany, I was seeing somebody that never had no good intentions for me, now she missing me, yeah. Moral of the story is nobody did it for me, had to make a change. I was living in the city with no scene, I had a dream, I had to make a lane. Always knew that I couldn't live off a minimum wage, ripping the pay stub. I had a minimal taste for all the fame stuff, but I got into the game without a cent to my name, and now I'm ballin' like I'm in the NBA, bruh. And I know I got a lot, but I'm not content. If they ask me to stop, I will not consent. Never let nobody block, it's my shot to miss. You can meet me at the top if you hop the fence, and you climb the stairs, and you fight the beast, and you lose your way, then you find your peace, and you do it sober, then you find a drink, then you spiral down, and it all repeats. And I always had a vision, I could get it, so I did it by my lonely. I don't owe nobody nothing, never let nobody own me. Got some money from the music, and I spend it on the homies, but don't put nothing before me. Gave a whip to Lil Brody, and I'm only getting started. And I'm meeting with the people that I starved with, and my batteries, I had to recharge them. I made an album, but that shit was garbage. Yo, I was trapped in a gimmick, I finally get it. I'm here to make music that matters. If I die, it'll all be alright, cause the message I gave you will live for me after. And my chapter will highlight a lifetime of energy gave through a bright mind. How you never had to stand on the sideline, how you the guide to your own guidelines. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany, yeah.
I had an epiphany that I could make history, that I could prove everyone wrong that told me I wasn't cut out for this music thing. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if I took my energy and used it on positive things in my life instead of the people that lie to me, huh? Yeah, I had an epiphany that I could put all of my heart into music and use it for people that might be the same as me. Yeah, I had an epiphany. What if everyone knew my depression was worse than they thought? They probably gon' look at me differently. Yo, this song got me going back when I was a stupid kid, thinking maybe I can make it in the music biz. And then I figured out the politics and realized that half of y'all don't even know what music is. Ain't going nowhere, I told them to get used to me. Feels like I'm living in a movie scene, a bunch of people trying to tell me how to act and breathe. One thing I never let nobody ever do is tell me who to be. I never got into the party scene, maybe I was just scared to drink, cause addiction, it runs in my family, that's someone I was scared to be. Y'all looking pitiful compared to me, since I can barely read. All I wanted was somebody I could trust, that I knew would keep it real with me. Rap's always been a man for me, that's when I figured out that maybe I'm the one that's gotta make it on my own. Yeah, it's clear to see. A lot of people thinking what I'm doing is a gimmick. Everything you hear me writing, I've been living. I ain't quitting, sending money to my family, trying to show them that I miss them, and I cherish every moment when I'm home, when I'm with them. And it's just the way that I feel. In the industry of fakes, trying to stay real. In the industry of lames, trying to get deals. Lord knows I'ma get it that sneak meal. Yeah, I lay in my bed at night thinking there's gotta be more to me. I'm trying to pay off the mortgage and live the life for the people I love in the midst of it. I've always thought that if I learn from mistakes that I make, even losses are victories. That's when it starts hitting me. If you set your mind to it, you can do anything. That's an epiphany. That's an epiphany. I had an epiphany.
So you guys were clicking all night. Where do you think that stems from?
I think it stems from playing youth together for all these years. We've been on the same town team, select team, now high school. So we get to practice that. So we just read these things in game.
Yeah, also like coming back from the field on off days and like in the off season, it really helps the chemistry.
What is it like getting a big win like this, playing for your hometown?
It means a lot. You're playing with all the people you grew up with just means more than winning with like the club team. It's just a big win for us.
Yeah, you're just like playing with all your friends and like a lot of your friends watching in the stands and family members. So it's always exciting.
Okay, so this was a total team win. There are a lot of big shoes to fill from last year. Who do you feel stepped into those shoes last night?
I feel Fox stepped into that shoes. He just dominated. He had 17 saves, I think. He very good leader on the field. When he started 2 years ago at goal, just did very well.
Yeah, I think Jack Flipsky also stepped in big. He got almost every ground ball, and he was filling in big shoes from Nate Johnson last year.
So, Coach, BCI spoiled your perfect season last year. How did it feel to get the win last night?
Yeah, I mean, redemption is one of those things that we love, when you get a chance in all sports, right? And so, They're always well coached. They're always a strong team, super physical. They got a lot of kids in the roster, but I think it's always great when a public school can go and beat up on a Catholic school once in blue moon. So we've only had a couple wins against those guys in the last couple of seasons. So I think it's great. It's a big team builder for us. It's a big confidence booster for us. I think that we know that we can play with anybody in the state, and I think we preach high competition. And, I think BCI brings that, every time we play them. So we're definitely going to keep those guys in the schedule. And, Marcus does such a great job over there as well.
So the team's buzzing right now. What do you think the keys are to the early success?
Yeah, that's great. Great question. I think, most of the early success is the fact that the kids have bought into a high competitive culture. I think a lot of it is, we practice like we play. So we're definitely making sure that our practice plans are really ramped up. High competition, a lot of physicality. I think offense is starting to come in together with its own confrontationalness and embrace the physical nature of our league, embrace the physical nature of these top-tier teams that we're playing, from Billerica to LS to BC High. You've got to make sure that you can match that physicality, and I think our offense, even though it's young, I think that they're ready for it. And our offense coordinator's done a fantastic job building a lot of principles and values into our offense, a lot of action stuff that happens, and building and linking those actions together, which is really, really great. And then, they go against our defense every day in practice. So our defense is tough. And so when you've got a young offense going against a veteran defense that's really, really physical, I think that prepares them for game-like situations.
So you got North Andover up tomorrow. What are your thoughts on that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Zella does a really great job running a lot of different schemes. He throws a lot of funky stuff at teams. He's kind of unconventional, and they're a super physical team as well. Really good athletes from the youth level all the way up. So they're battle tested. They've played some really, really tough teams early season. But so have we. I think it's going to be a great game. I think it's going to be a great matchup. I think it's going to test our mettle a little bit, but I think I feel confident we're going to go out there and do everything possible to compete at the highest level and try to get to the Players' Cup Championship.